All right, guys. This is part of my journey series. It's kind of a stressful part of it because it's one of those areas where I fucked up. Um, in a nutshell, basically, I have two clients that I somehow got double booked on. And for those who don't know what a double book is, it's where I was booked at one place and somehow I ended up getting booked somewhere else. A lot of times it's miscommunication. Sometimes it's just brain fart. Sometimes it's just we both spaced something out. Someone thought something was said that wasn't. That kind of, it's just a million factors that come into play. But for the most part, a double booking sucks because you can't be in two places at once. That's just kind of the way it works. So basically, what happened? That's hard enough to deal with. But the fact is, I found out about this at 11 o'clock last night, while I was doing another show, which means I wasn't going to be done doing my show until 1 o'clock, between 1 and 2 o'clock, and I had to find a way to take care of my clients, both of them. I wanted both clients taken care of. Obviously, I was going to go take care of the client that I was already thought I was at, advertising for this and another. I wasn't booked, kind of thing is kind of where I was like, I wasn't booked. I swear to God, I'm looking through old messages, this and another. Well, what happened is the owner of this bar had a different number now, and I didn't have that phone number saved in my phone, but she did send me a message from it saying that she'd be interested in having me, and I said as long as I can find someone to cover my regular gig, which is the one I'm going to be at, I would be happy to do it, but I got to find coverage first. That was the end of our conversation, but she just assumed I was going to have that taken care of, because for the most part I usually get that stuff taken care of pretty easily. It's just part of the way that I operate. I usually get that stuff taken care of ahead of time, but for some reason it just didn't happen this time, and I didn't realize that they thought I was booked there. So it literally is a miscommunication thing. But the problem now is how it happened doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't matter how it happened, because at this point it is that way it is. They have a big Halloween party. I'm already booked at a Halloween party, and I got to find a way to try to take care of both clients. There's no way I can do it myself, so what do? I go into my phone, and I didn't even realize I knew this many people. But you start looking at all the relationships you've built over time. I know a lot of different artists that do the same type of stuff I do. And I've never, and this is one of the things I want to point out, I never thought of any of them as competition. And why I tell you that is because it's very important. I never think of anyone as competition. Collaborate, don't compete. That's literally like one of the mottos. If you're working in entertainment, take that on like nothing else. Collaborate, don't compete. Don't look at that DJ that's doing better than you and say, God, I hate that. I gotta get as good as him so I can beat him and this, that, and that. Don't look at it that way. Look at it this way. Go to that person's shows and start talking to them and become friends with that person. Why? Because those are the type of people you want to be friends with, because that's what you like doing. So why not have people with common interests? So I started messaging everybody I freaking know that works in music. I woke up. I got home at 2 o'clock. I got home about 2:30, maybe 3, and I woke up at 6 in the morning and immediately just started messaging everybody I know. The funniest part about that is all of them probably got home at 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning as well. So they're getting their phones going off at 6 a.m. with me saying, "Hey, are you booked? Are you booked?" Obviously, everyone's booked. It's Halloween. It's a big deal. It's a Halloween party. So as I'm starting to do this process, the bar owner calls me because I kind of got the message out that I'm not going to be able to be there. And I talked to her and said, I'm already on it. I've been up since 6 a.m. trying to message people, figure something out for you, this, that, another, and tell her that I'm going to do everything I can, obviously, to get them covered because I want them to be covered. And we talk about what happened, kind of thing. Like, I don't know how this happened. I didn't have it booked because I still hadn't found anyone to cover my regular gig, and she thought that I would just have it taken care of. Misunderstanding. People will take with their opinions as they want, but here's the part for me. When my opinion comes into it, I automatically tell you it is my fault. 100% my fault. Why? Because this is my business, and I need to make sure that I'm accountable for every piece of my business. So I started making calls, going, talking to everybody, and what amazed me is this is where my theory of collaborate, don't compete comes to play. Every single one of the people that I was messaging like 5 other people, trying to find somebody who wasn't already booked for a Halloween party to cover this gig. And constantly, everyone all over the places that coming up with ideas, trying to find a way to help me get this covered, because these guys, not only are they other entertainers, they are my friends. These are people that I chose to associate with in a way that was beyond just professional. These are friends. These are people that I went to and met. Collaborate, don't compete. I'm going to say that again just because I want you to get that in your head. Obviously, everyone's freaking booked, and I'm struggling. And then I messaged one friend early in the morning. He finally got a hold of me a little later. He's like, hey, I just looked at my phone. What are you looking for? What do you need? Da 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 da. He couldn't do what I do, which is a little less expensive, because I'm just a one-man show. But his band wasn't booked, and his band, wasn't booked, but they were going to cost more, and I didn't want the bar to have to pay more than they were expecting to pay already. So basically, what I did is I said, I'll tell you what, I will get a hold of her. Instead of getting a one-man show, she's going to get a 4-piece band. She'll pay you what she was going to pay me, and I will pay the difference out of my own pocket. This weekend, I'm not going to make any money. That's literally what's going to happen. This weekend, I'm not making any money. Why? Because it is my fault. It's my fault no matter what the circumstances were, no matter how this thing played out, it is my fault and my responsibility to fix it. So I'm paying the difference between a one-man show and a 4-piece band so that my friend's band can go in there and play, and both my clients will have entertainment. Now, it's not what she was hoping for. She wanted a DJ versus a band, this, that, another, da-da-da-da. But basically, in the grand scheme of things, she needed entertainment fast. And I don't know. I hope she doesn't blame herself, and I hope she doesn't, that this doesn't hurt our relationship in any way. I hope she knows that I'm fighting for her. But the reality is, I went out of my way as far as I could to try to make sure that both my clients were taken care of, and that's how it works, guys. You got to take responsibility for the things that go wrong, even if you can find any little justification to place the blame elsewhere. It doesn't matter. It's your fault. Period. End of story. There is no middle ground. It is automatically your fault. Don't let anything take a default into that position, and you will find yourself solving problems better. I didn't know I could solve a problem like this. 14 years I've been doing this business and never been double booked. Never. In 14 years I've never been double booked, and this happened, blindsided me, hit me in the face hard. And it doesn't matter how it happened. What matters is where you go from that point forward. I could have avoided her and said, well, da-da-da-da-da, she should have been more clear about the booking. I could have done a lot of different things. I didn't. Why? Because she's my client and I care about her, and I want her to do well. And when these things come up, you have to be sharp and figure out ways to solve the problem fast. I hope she's happy with the band that I got for her. I hope that she's happy with the way that things worked out. I know it's not what she was expecting. I know that there's going to be a little bit of a hiccup type period because the advertising part kind of sucks because she was advertising for me and now there's a different person here. But the value is definitely above what I would be able to bring on. In my opinion, the talent is amazing, and I hope that it's just trying to make sure the relationship's good, and it's more about dealing with my own reputation versus somebody else's. Their reputation is their business, but my reputation matters, and I want people to know that I care about my clients and my fans more than anything in the world. I want people to know that. So, this sucks that it happened. These things come up. Things similar to this might come up. Everyone says, I'm never going to let that happen. So did I. I was wrong. But, guys, literally, I'll end with this. Have a safe Halloween. I love you all. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. And for everyone that was pulling for me today, you guys are amazing. You have no idea. I know some of you feel like you didn't help at all because you couldn't find somebody. It's the weekend before Halloween. I knew it was going to be a challenge, and every one of you was fighting for me, and it makes me feel amazing. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to get some rest before my gig tonight, and hopefully Fast Track does a good job over where they're going to be playing. So thanks, guys. Catch you later. Come hang out tonight. I need partiers.